So we'll be talking about functions. So let's start off with a very simple declaration and definition of a function and then calling it. So function, let's just call it greet, open and close parentheses, open and close curly braces, developable console.log. And I'm just going to say here, hello world, my name is Jack, like so. Now I'm going to refresh here and you notice nothing happens because in order for this block of code to execute, I have to call this function. And the way to call this function is step out, curly braces, and go greet. So there we go. So now I've called the function. Let's see what happens. Fresh. There we go. It goes hello world. My name is Jack. And certainly you can call this function again 2 times. And again, hello world. My name is Jack. Hello world. My name is Jack. And you then call it again, yet again for the 3rd time. And it will display the statement 3 times here. So you can see how useful this is. This allows for the code to be reusable and concise. You just declare a bunch of functions without having to copy and paste every time, right? You don't have to copy and paste this line of code a bunch of times. Whatever is in these 2 curly braces a bunch of times, you can just call the function whenever you need to. Now, let me just show you a more flexible type of function where you can add parameters. So for example, let me just go function. Let me just make an addition function called add, and it's going to take in 2 parameters, num1, num2, and I'm just going to return summation of num1 and num2. And here I'm going to go sum equals add. Let me just say I'm going to add 7 and 5. So this will be 12. Let me just display this for good measure. What the sum is, then I'm going to take this variable here and place it here, sum, and let me just put a colon here. Hopefully I didn't make any syntactical errors. Okay, I made a syntactical error here. Console is not a function. Console.log. There we go. Console.log rather. Now let me refresh. And there we go. The sum is 12. So what happened here is I declared these are called parameters. So I declared 2 parameters for the function. And whenever I call this function, I have to pass in these 2 values and it should return this value. So it returns a value here. I can certainly add other types of arguments. So these are called arguments. These are called parameters that are in the function definition. Arguments are what you flexibly place into the parameters as you're calling the function. So for example, I could just add 2 new numbers now. Functions are reusable as was shown previously. So 16 plus 15. So in this case, it'll give a different value here and it should give 31. So now I've just added 2 new arguments to this function. And this function must necessarily have these 2. So that's how that works. And that's how you classically define functions. In the next video, I'll show you how to declare arrow functions and other more advanced topics dealing with functions. So thank you very much.